nervous when I take tests.
I've got 4 skin jobs walking the streets.
They're either a benefit or a hazard. If they're a benefit, it's not my problem.
I'm Rachel.
Deckard.
Have you ever retired a human by mistake?
No.
I need the old Blade Runner. This is a bad one.
How can it not know what it is?
If only you could see what I've seen.
More human than human is our motto.
What if I go north? Disappear? Would you come after me?
I owe you one, but somebody would.
It's too bad she won't live.
I can see you.
Time to die.
Will you help us? What seems to be the problem? Death. I want more life. An experiment. Nothing more. More human than human is our motto.
Blade Runner 30th Anniversary Collector's Edition.
A connection has been established.
Welcome to a new world. Rockland World Radio.
I wonder if they know the history. Cause it's not a mystery why they put us by the water.
I wonder if they know his story. No road to glory in these tenements.
From the first of immigrants to war vets, I'm perplexed how this now became our project.
Where street lights lead to the way home, and you look down the hallways and see your dreams escape.
From pissy lobbies to pissy lobbyists, let's be honest and speak the obvious.
He belongs to city streets, like potholes itching for a fixin'. Sometimes during rush hour, you can hear his blood halting for passing pedestrians, walking in wonder at what the city has to offer.
Every step in our staircase is just another share. Sold through a soul in a chair who sold his soul, but we can't get a meal off the stove.
But if you listen close, you can hear the honking and his breath escape with the rage of an average New Yorker.
Please, Legionnaire's disease and Drew Ham's water? That's a basic need. Oh, but they got their brownstones for $1.25 back in '83.
One thing he never understood is how they all love his metropolitan and cringe at his ghetto. As if project stairways can also lead to heaven. As if Jesus muted his lips in brothels and saved his words only for the sanctified.
The audacity.
Blasphemy.
I don't know if we casualties to our condition or just conditioned to be casualties. This pain is painted with the lead in every public housing unit. With every teardrop shed, is this another paint chip peeling off?
See, he knows the difference between a native and a tourist. It must lie in the tongue. So he adds S to most nouns because we can never have enough of things like moms and pops and liberties and Kennedys, and pays attention to the way greetings scratch on sidewalks like chalk.
New York, city public housing.
Where his story will never make the news.
So is it even history?
Ladies and gentlemen, the incomparable Billie Eilish.
So you're a tough guy, like you really rough guy. Just can't get enough guy, just always so puff guy. I'm that bad type, make your mama sad type, make your girlfriend mad type, might seduce your dad type. I'm the bad guy. Duh. Control, even if you know that you don't own me. I'll let you play the role. I'll be your animal. My mommy likes to sing very tough guy, like you really rough guy. Just can't get enough guy, just always so puffed guy. I'm that bad type, make your mama sad type, make your girlfriend mad type, might seduce your dad type. I'm the bad guy. Duh. But maybe it's 'cause I'm wearing your cologne.
that you're in my lane? No, not at all. Are you not paying attention? Are you texting? I was just checking in with my mom. I was telling her that I thought we'd be home by 6. It's okay. There's enough time. Just pay attention. I'm not even halfway through my text. There's no way. I'm not even going to look up. My babies are in the car. You have to pay attention. It's just supposed to be a quick text. I'm so sorry.
My BFI player choice this week is a cult classic animation, a unique French-Czech fantasy which was a prize winner at Cannes in 1973 and was later rated one of the top 40 sci-fi films of all time by Rolling Stone magazine, Fantastic Planet.
Elle ne bouge plus. C'est malin, nous ne pouvons plus jouer avec elle maintenant.
Attention, maître Sim.
Oh, regardez, père. Une femelle d'homme et son petit. Croyez-vous qu'elle soit morte?
Fantastic Planet, or Wild Planet as it's known in some territories, is inspired by a 1957 novel by Stefan Wool. The story concerns the technologically advanced Rwr society, giant blue creatures who treat humans, OMS, as pets, domesticated and disposable. Directed by René Laloux, who co-wrote the screenplay with Roland Topor, this European co-production was animated at studios in Prague and went on to earn a worldwide following. I first saw it, bizarrely enough, as a supporting feature on a double bill with Logan's Run, and stayed on to watch the B film again, so haunting was its impact. It was also regularly twinned with Yellow Submarine. The music for Fantastic Planet is by French jazz pianist Alain Goraguet, who famously worked with Serge Gainsbourg and Boris Vian. His score has been likened to the work of Pink Floyd, who provided the accompaniment for Barbette Schroeder's La Vallée, which is also available here on BFI Player. Personally, I think that comparison does something of a disservice to Goraguet's dreamy score, which has become a favourite of film soundtrack collectors. Whether you choose to read Fantastic Planet as an allegory of human rights, racism, animal welfare or something else is altogether up to you. Like Pierre Boulle's Monkey Planet novel, which inspired the Planet of the Apes film series, this is nothing if not open to interpretation. My advice? Watch and let your mind wander wherever it will.
My new companion led me to her friends. They dwelled secretly in the great tree at the bottom of a deserted park. Since I was a ridiculous domesticated Ome, I received a mocking welcome from the savage Omes.
Don't touch that chest. It's a trap.
Because I had brought to the great tree the knowledge of the Drogs, the jealous sorcerer at once turned against me.
We brought back 5 chests, Mighty One.
Why are there only 4 of them?
One of the chests was a trap, and now Rover is dead. He knew it was a trap, Mighty One.
He's a domesticated Ome, Mighty One. He ran away with this machine of the Drogs. With it, he's learned to read their writing.
Ask him what's in that chest over there. Does he know what's in these chests? In that one?
Yes. Magnetic powder.
My name is Marquis. And I want y'all to know there lies a place in the backyard in the NYC. And in this place, vibes are great and love is plenty. On my way across, tap in, feel me? Tap it all big.
Cruising down 59 on a heavy mind. Windows open, mid-summertime. Tattoo showing my V-neck line. My girl hair blowing, looking so fine. And I could tell anytime. Good vibe lies in between the street signs. Short drive, Main Street, just to ease mind. Good times in view like the clear skies. And I love Nyack, diverse town. Black, white, red, yellow and brown. Different bars with different crowds. Many musicians playing great sounds. And I gotta give people shine. Uncle Steve let me rock for the first time. Frankie D in the boys sidewalk sign. Pedro showed me love, roots vibe. As I
cruising on a Sunday in my Cadillac. My girl up front, troubles in the back. Riding Main Street, her hands in my lap. Thank God I love Nyack. I love Nyack. I love Nyack. I love Nyack.
At the street fair, strolling in stride. I feel it beast there, soaking up the vibe. The smell of sweet air flowing through my mind. Memories shared, growing in the times. And I can see up high. White clouds floating in the clear blue sky. Seagulls overhead, watch them fly by. Bright sun, heaven sent to my eyes. To my surprise, I see the breakdown guys breaking down major parts of the funk vibe. Show them love, few hugs and the peace sign. Now it's back to kick it rock in my knee high. And I can never walk with my face friend. Cause people give me love, they hold me down. A lot of whistles, fist, heart pounds. I love Nyack, I love this town.
Cruising on a Sunday in my Cadillac. My girl up front, troubles in the back. Riding Main Street, her hands in my lap. Thank God I love Nyack. I love Nyack. I love Nyack. I love Nyack. I love.
As the night falls and Main Street glows, I get some phone calls to do a few shows. Night just started, far from closed. About to head home and change up clothes. And I'm about to still fly. White shirt button down with a suit tie. Fresh J's matching fitted in my Levi's. Cause bourbon and poorhouse give me hard time. And I give it to you straight with no lies. Paint a real picture from both sides. I still love the town, but those guys tend to be a sore in both eyes. And I still carry good vibes, cause no man could ever blow a good high. Still I rock the show, make the crowd live. Welcome all the good feelings up inside.
Cruising on a Sunday in my Cadillac. My girl up front, troubles in the back. Riding Main Street, her hands in my lap. Thank God I love Nyack. 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 I love.
Look, listen to this. Whenever life gets you down, Mrs. Brown, and things seem hard or tough, and people are stupid, obnoxious or daft, and you feel that you've had quite enough, just remember that you're standing on a planet that's evolving and revolving at 900 miles an hour, that's orbiting at 19 miles a second, so it's reckoned a sun that is the source of all our power. The sun and you and me and all the stars that we can see are moving at 1,000,000 miles a day in an outer spiral arm at 40,000 miles an hour of the galaxy we call the Milky Way. Our galaxy itself contains 100 billion stars. It's 100,000 light years side to side. It bulges in the middle, 16,000 light years thick, but out by us it's just 3,000 light years wide. We're 30,000 light years from galactic central point. We go round every 200 million years. And our galaxy is only one of millions of billions in this amazing and expanding universe. Keeps on expanding and expanding in all of the directions it can whiz, as fast as it can go, at the speed of light, you know, 12 million miles a minute, and that's the fastest speed there is. So remember when you're feeling very small and insecure, how amazingly unlikely is your birth, and pray that there's intelligent life somewhere up in space, 'cause there's bugger all down here on Earth.
Irish, you sing these songs like you know them, you know? Well, I knew somewhere in the record I was going to have to get around to writing one. So this one here, I actually wrote it for a movie. I was in a movie last year, I guess it's coming out around Christmas. And me and Billy Bob Thornton play brothers in it, and Andy Griffith is our dad. That makes me like Opie's stepbrother, you know? So Billy Bob asked me to write this, or to write a song for the ending of the movie, and I asked him, I said, you know, I said, I don't understand when you write a song for a movie, I said, are you supposed to talk about them or not talk about them? You know, I said, because sometimes I go to movies and a song comes on, it's like your alarm radio went off in your hotel room, you know? I said, what the heck's that song doing in here? So Billy Bob just said, So I just went and wrote this song here, and kind of based it loosely, real loosely, on a couple of characters in the film. It's called In Spite of Ourselves. She don't like her eggs all runny. She thinks that crossing her legs is funny. She looks down her nose at money. She gets it on like the Easter bunny. She's my baby, I'm her honey. I'm never gonna let her go.
Well, he ain't got laid in a month of Sundays. I caught him once and he was sniffing my undies. He ain't real sharp, but he gets things done. Drinks his beer like it's oxygen. But he's my baby and I'm his honey. I'm never gonna let him go.
In spite of ourselves, we'll end up sitting on a rainbow. Against all odds, honey, we're the big door prize. We're gonna spite our noses right off of our faces. There won't be nothing but big old hearts dancing in our eyes. She thinks all my jokes are corny. Convict movies make her horny. She likes ketchup on her scrambled eggs. Swears like a sailor when she shaves her legs. She takes a licking and keeps on ticking. I'm never gonna let her go.
Well, he's got more balls than a big brass monkey. He's a whacked out weirdo and a love bug junkie. Sly as a fox, crazy as a loon. Payday comes and he's a howling at the moon. But he's my baby, I don't mean maybe. I'm never gonna let him go.
In spite of ourselves, we'll end up sitting on a rainbow. Against all odds, honey, we're the big door prize. Oh, we're gonna spite our noses right off of our faces. There won't be nothing but big old hearts dancing in our eyes. There won't be nothing but big old hearts dancing in our eyes. In spite of ourselves.
Well, it was in the spring, one sunny day. Well, my good girl left me, she went away. Now she's gone, I don't worry. Lord, I'm sitting on top of the world. Got you, man. Now she's gone, I don't worry. I'm sitting on top of the world.
Has been established. Welcome to a new world. Rockland World Radio.
It's not just radio, it's Rockland World Radio. RocklandWorldRadio.com.
Rockland World Radio.
Living easy, loving free. The season ticket on a one-way ride. Asking nothing, leave me be. Taking everything and in my stride. Don't need reason, don't need rhyme. Ain't nothing that I'd rather do. Going down, party time. My friends are gonna be there too. the highway to hell. Highway to hell. I'm on the highway to hell. Highway to hell. No stop signs, speed limit. Nobody's gonna slow me down. Like a wheel, I'm gonna spin it. Nobody's gonna mess me around. Hey Satan, paying my dues. I'm playing in a Oberkreiner band. Hey mama, look at me. I'm on my way to the promised land. I'm on the highway to hell. Highway to hell. I'm on the highway to hell. Highway to hell. Don't stop me.
I feel like I'm lost, lost in the crowd. Can't figure out which way to go. I feel like I'm lost, lost in the clouds. Can't figure out which way to go. I feel like I'm lost, lost in the crowd. Can't figure out which way to go. I feel like I'm lost, lost in the clouds. Can't figure out which way to go. Trying to find the things that I can do. I wish I would stop life all up and know just what to do. But it's not true, it's not true. I need a little guidance too. Won't you help me? I need to know what to do. I feel like I'm lost. Try to get out, say I'm lost. Look looking for a way to find my light in the dark. But when I can't see, I rely upon the wrong things that wanna guide me. Say I'm lost, you can't come in looking, don't want you gone too. Cause I look in for the strength to get through. This is a cry for help, but I'm not crying to you, I'm just talking to myself. Lost, lost in the crowd, can't figure out which way to go. Lost, lost in the clouds, can't figure out which way to go. Lost, lost in the crowd, can't figure out which way to go. I feel like I'm lost, lost in the clouds, can't figure out which way to go.
Seems years since you held it, baby, while I ranked the bedroom. You said it was dangerous after Sunday, and I know you love me. Hit things I just became famous, and that's hurt and messed me up. But it's wrong, how could I possibly know what I want when I was only 21? There's millions of people offer advice and say how I should be, but they're twisted and they will never be any influence on me, but you will always be. You will always be. If I treated you mean, I really didn't mean to. But you know how it is and how a pregnancy can change you. I see plenty clothes that I like, but I won't go anywhere nice for a while. All I want to do is just sit here and write it all down and rest for a while. Can't bear to be in another city, one where you are not. I would return to nothing without you if I'm your girlfriend or not. Maybe I was mean, but I really don't think so. You asked if I'm scared, and I said so. Everyone can see what's going on. They laugh cause they know they're untouchable, not because what I said was wrong. Ever it may rain, I will live by my own policies. I will sleep with a clear conscience. I will sleep in peace. told you through their own words they will be exposed. And they got a southern case of the emperor's new clothes. The emperor's new clothes. The emperor's new clothes. The emperor's new clothes.
The day my mom died, my entire world was shattered. Since then, there's been so much focus on how she died that it's overshadowed who she was as a person. I am Natasha Gregson Wagner, and my mom was Natalie Wood.
Natalie Wood falls into the category of an icon.
She's like this mythology character.
She had a big heart, and that showed up in her work.
I've enjoyed the part where you act, not the stardom that follows it.
The studio system controlled everything in her life.
She wanted to have control over the choices.
I did get the right to choose West Side Story.
She was one of the few women that had that power.
My mom had a string of relationships.
RJ was the love of her life. It was like two parts of the same whole.
Nat and RJ were both major stars.
Natalie and I got married in Paradise Cove. We got a boat together and spent most weekends in Catalina. That night I went below and she wasn't there.
Natalie was gone.
We've stayed connected through all of it. What do we think about reopening this case?
I don't think there's a day that has ever gone by that I haven't thought about Natalie.
I'm an actress and a wife, a mother.
She was larger than life, not because she was famous, that was just her.
Her vulnerabilities, passion, strength, and intelligence. All of that is there.
You need to buy a car, but you're too busy. Call Steve today for your free consultation. 914-266-2215. When selecting and purchasing your new car, Steve Goldberg, Automotive Consultant, Automotive Solutions, lease, finance assistance, maintenance pickup and drop off, lease returns, price check, contract and paperwork assistance. Call Steve, 914-266-2215. Call Steve today.
Take it in, it disappears before your eyes. I could stare for hours and nothing but setting signs. I wish that we could go back to the life we used to live. So if you ever feel like you can't hold on to the light this time, if I could only read into your eyes, maybe for now, or maybe there's a better time. Feeling only we can break this down. I wish I had answers. I wish you had answers to these questions that I ask myself every day. Every day. If you ever feel like you can't hold on to the light this time, if I could only read into your eyes. Maybe for now, or maybe there's a better time. Feeling only we can break this down. We can break this down.
before. Tell me what before they stop right.
One, two, three, four. Who's higher? Let me see. Who's the highest? Oh! Who's the highest? Yes! Good job! Great job! Anybody else? Yes, one second. Anybody else? And your dog? No. Come on. Yeah. We have a baby kitty here. Okay, so, yeah, good job. Right? Left. Let me see your kick. Come on, let me see your kick. Yeah, good job. Woo-hoo. Good job, everyone. And then we just do it this way. So we go 1 and 2. 1 and 2. 1 and 2.
Can you take us a picture, bro?
Ready, 1, 2, 3.
Someone to take a picture of the two of us. Anyone feel like taking a picture? It's my birthday with the girls.
There you go. Yeah.
Can I take a picture? It's a thing with the dancing. We're just standing in the middle. We're going to take a picture. Lovely dancing. Are you French?
Bien sûr, monsieur.
Great dancing. Have you got a picture done? Got it. Thank you.
A connection has been established. Welcome to a new world. Rockland World Radio.
I'm sorry? What was that again?
I'm a god.
You're God.
I'm a god. I'm not the god. I don't think.
Because you survived a car wreck?
You folks ready to order?
I didn't just survive a wreck. I wasn't just blown up yesterday. I have been stabbed, shot, poisoned, frozen, hung, electrocuted, and burned.
Oh, really?
And every morning I wake up without a scratch on me, not a dent in the fender. I am an immortal.
Special today is blueberry waffles.
Why are you telling me this?
Because I want you to believe in me.
You're not a god. You can take my word for it. This is 12 years of Catholic school talking.
I could come back if you're not ready.
How do you know I'm not a god?
Oh, please.
How do you know?
Because it's not possible.
Doris. This is Doris. Her brother-in-law, Carl, owns this diner. She's worked here since she was 17. More than anything else in her life, she wants to see Paris before she dies.
Oh, boy, would I.
What are you doing?
This is Debbie Kleiser and her fiancé, Fred.
Do I know you?
They're supposed to be getting married this afternoon, but Debbie is having second thoughts.
What?
Lovely ring.
This is Bill. He's been a waiter for 3 years since he left Penn State and had to get work. He likes the town, he paints toy soldiers, and he's gay.
I am.
This is Gus. He hates his life here. He wishes he stayed in the Navy.
Well, I could have retired on half pay after 20 years.
Excuse me, is this some kind of trick?
Well, maybe the real God uses tricks. You know, maybe he's not omnipotent. He's just been around so long, he knows everything.
Oh, okay. Well, who's that?
This is Tom. He worked in the coal mine until they closed it down.
And her?
It's Alice. Came over here from Ireland when she was a baby. She lived in Erie most of her life.
He's right. And her?
Nancy. She works in the dress shop and makes noises like a chipmunk when she gets real excited.
Hey!
It's true.
How do you know these people?
I told you, I know everything. In about 5 seconds, a waiter's gonna drop a tray of dishes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay?
Okay, that's enough. What about me, Phil? Do you know me too?
I know all about you. You like producing, but you open for more than Channel 9 Pittsburgh.
Well, everyone knows that.
You like boats, but not the ocean. You go to a lake in the summer with your family up in the mountains. There's a long wooden dock and a boathouse with boards missing from the roof. And a place you used to crawl underneath to be alone. You're a sucker for French poetry and rhinestones. You're very generous. You're kind to strangers and children. And when you stand in the snow, you look like an angel.
How are you doing this?
I told you, I wake up every day right here, right in Punxsutawney, and it's always February 2nd. And there's nothing I can do about it. If you still can't believe me, listen. In 10 seconds, Larry is going to come through that door and take you away from me. But you can't let him.
Larry.
Please believe me. You've got to believe me.
You guys ready? We better get going if we're gonna stay ahead of the weather. What's that?
We're going to stay ahead of the weather. No, I don't know, though. I'm scared. I mean, you're
Do you know that you're in my lane? No, not at all. Are you not paying attention? Are you texting? I was just checking in with my mom. I was telling her that I thought we'd be home by 6. It's okay. There's enough time. Just pay attention. I'm not even halfway through my text. There's no way. I'm not even going to look up. My babies are in the car. You have to pay attention. It's just supposed to be a quick text. I'm so sorry.
What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong?
Are you now? Or have you ever been?
What's wrong?
1138, prefix THX.
Buy more. Buy more now. Buy. And be happy.
Wanted to touch you so many times.
My mate has been acting very strange.
What's wrong?
Never mind. They're watching us.
No one knows. No one can see us.
This is City Probe Scanner. We've run across some illegal sexual activity.
Sure, get up there and dance with me. Looking for a man every night. I never lost one little sweet working out the heat and keep on turning. They call me a legend. Fortunately, I ain't dead yet. Before you can get that title, I ain't bragging. It's called, you gotta have a history. That means you gotta be doing and 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 doing. Doing and doing and doing and doing. Any flow will do. It don't matter who. Any opportunity to be weak. If you go down to it, hell, there are some people that know how to live. Don't give a damn how much money they bring it to you. Oh! Have a round of applause for the black Madonna.
A connection has been established. Welcome to a new world. Rockland World Radio.
You need to buy a car, but you're too busy. Call Steve today for your free consultation. 914-266-2215. When selecting and purchasing your new car, Steve Goldberg, Automotive Consultant, Automotive Solutions, lease, finance assistance, maintenance pickup and drop off, lease returns, price check, contract and paperwork assistance. Call Steve, 914-266-2215. Call Steve today.
You think I don't want you? Maybe I do. You think there are many The thing about being born, about babies, the moment they exit the womb, they are free. That's the freest that we as human beings, as adults, will ever be. But it doesn't mean that we have to be that way. What I like about newborn babies are they have no fear, no prejudgments, no understanding of right or wrong. They just exist. And to me, that's the kind of freedom that I would like to have. If you can transport yourself back to that, imagine being born, because we all were babies, so they have no understanding of meanness. All they know how to do is to be kind. Their spirit is their code, but their name is freedom. The name of the song is, if someone asks me my name, freedom is my name. It's my only name. It's my mother's name. It's my father's name. Freedom is my code. It's my only code. Lifting up my life. This is what it's all about. I see the sun hoping my life will keep my eyes gazing on the world.
Some say irreversible consequences are 30 years away. 30 years? That won't affect me.
It's not just radio, it's Rockland World Radio. RocklandWorldRadio.com.
This song is called Manhunt. It's the title of the new album. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Be loud.
Bloodline coming, don't try running. Can't fight one, cause they all go running. Might go hunting, might go hunting. Yeah, might go hunting, might go hunting. Bloodline coming, don't try running. Can't fight one, cause they all go running. Might start something just for fun, and I'm the one. Crack a bottle, that's the motto. Either one way or another. I'm flipping the scripture stunt. Up on the mountain of bun. Give me whiskey in the blunt. Told you what T-Rock and grunt. Sick with it, quick with it. Give me like 6 minutes. Pull out the pen and I dunk. Came from the bottom of slums. Not going back till I'm done. I'll be on these posters even if they say it won't. You was asking for exposure. Now you getting what you want. I won't do it for the homies. You just loyal to the money. Keep my dogs, they hungry. Get their steak, go hunting. Bloodline coming. Don't try running. Can't fight one, cause they all go running. Might go hunting. Might go hunting. Might go hunting. Might go hunting. Bloodline coming, don't try running, can't fight one, cause they all gon' running. Might go hunting, might go hunting, might go hunting, might go hunting. I was lost, but now I'm found. That's the dawn, be on the ground. I'ma ride for these niggas, ride for 'em. We gon' find all these niggas, find all of them. Yeah, vigilante degenerates, enemy of reverend, voice of the voiceless. We are creators of evidence. Tell me what you want, it won't matter when you run. Are you afraid of the dark or afraid of the hunt? Yeah. I've been ducking and hiding too long to make a jump. Prepare for trouble, we make it double when we want. This is a joint operation, these other duos faking. Don't make no mistake, kid, these souls are for the taking. I don't really know how to act, been hurt before, never going back. Black mask, we build back, hitless long like dark path. My new man from a hard path, I'm hard back. Artifacts, addictive visual artifacts, and then for the next established in the back. Black lines under my eyes, like a quarterback. I ain't slept in weeks, I ain't read the sheets, I ain't make no tweets. I'ma let it reap, I'ma let it sleep. This is all me. Bloodline coming, don't try running. Can't fight one, cause they all gon' running. Might go hunting, might go hunting, might go hunting, might go hunting. Bloodline coming, don't try running. Can't fight one, cause they all gon' running. Might go hunting, might go hunting, might go hunting, might go hunting. I was lost, but that's still gone. We on the ground. I'ma ride for these niggas, ride for 'em. We gon' find all these niggas, find all them. Yeah.
Oh, nice, G. Nice, man.
Perfect timing. You're hired.
It's not just radio, it's Rockland World Radio. RocklandWorldRadio.com.
I wonder if they know the history. Cause it's not a mystery why they put us by the water.
I wonder if they know his story. No road to glory in these tenements.
From the first of immigrants to war vets, I'm perplexed how this now became our project.
Where street lights lead to the way home, and you look down the hallways and see your dreams escape.
From pissy lobbies to pissy lobbyists, let's be honest and speak the obvious.
He belongs to city streets, like potholes itching for a fixin'. Sometimes during rush hour, you can hear his blood halting for passing pedestrians, walking in wonder at what the city has to offer.
Every step in our staircase is just another share. Sold through a soul in a chair who sold his soul, but we can't get a meal off the stove.
But if you listen close, you can hear the honking and his breath escape with the rage of an average New Yorker.
Please, Legionnaire's disease and Drew Ham's water? That's a basic need. Oh, but they got their brownstones for $1.25 back in '83.
One thing he never understood is how they all love his metropolitan and cringe at his ghetto. As if project stairways can also lead to heaven. As if Jesus muted his lips in brothels and saved his words only for the sanctified.
The audacity.
Blasphemy.
I don't know if we casualties to our condition or just conditioned to be casualties. This pain is painted with the lead in every public housing unit. With every teardrop shed, is this another paint chip peeling off?
See, he knows the difference between a native and a tourist. It must lie in the tongue. So he adds S to most nouns because we can never have enough of things like moms and pops and liberties and Kennedys, and pays attention to the way greetings scratch on sidewalks like chalk.
New York, city public housing.
Where his story will never make the news.
So is it even history?
how are things going in the small dark movie of your life? Late at night you call your girlfriend, in the morning you call your wife. In the morning you go for coffee, leave town by the underpass, and leave whatever happened last night, a cigarette in a champagne glass. Road used to go someplace you'd never been before. Now it's just a racetrack and the only prize is more. The only off-ramp is up ahead, and just where ain't too clear. And changes a semi with smoking wheels, filling the rear view mirror. You could really use a raincoat and a pair of cool shoes. You could really use some idea of what you're gonna do. But the road keeps coming at you, and you find no place to rest. And in these small dark movies, no one knows what's best. How are things going in the small dark movie of your life? Late at night you call your girlfriend, in the morning you call your wife. In the morning you go for coffee, leave town by the underpass, and leave whatever happened last night, a cigarette in a champagne glass. How are things going? How are things going? How are things going?
We need to stand strong, women of the world.
Thank you.
Even though the Erie Canal quite literally helped shape this nation, this is what so many people think of first when the canal comes up in conversation.
I've got an old mule and her name is Sal. 15 years on the Erie Canal.
But except for the fact that mules did indeed drag boats along the Erie Canal, from Albany
to Buffalo.
Even singer and historian Dave Ruck will tell you the song actually has very little to do with it.
Is there any evidence that it was ever actually sung on the Erie Canal, except for situations like this?
Turns out it's a 20th century song. It's actually written by a professional songwriter who was from, of all places, Massachusetts. So this man, Thomas S. Allen, he comes to Rochester, New York around 1910, sees the canal for the first time, hears the phrase low bridge, everybody down, low. And he ends up composing the song. It's the only canal song he wrote.
So he wasn't a canalman?
Not only was he not a canalman, but no one ever sang the song on at least on the 19th century canal.
The canal, which turned 200 years old last Tuesday, was championed by a man who was as stubborn as a mule. DeWitt Clinton, mayor of New York City, who became governor of the state. He spent 10 years fighting to sell this project to a deeply skeptical public.
It was hard. It was not an easy sell. These landowners that are listed.
Brad Utter is an historian at the New York State Museum. Presidents Jefferson and Madison refused to help fund the canal, so Clinton had to raise the $7 million needed to build it. Some people thought it was a great idea, but
not with my money. You're a little crazy because you're trying to go through swamps and virgin forest, and there's no labor, there's no machinery to do that kind of thing. This is all new.
It was a gargantuan undertaking for a nation just 41 years old. The canal would be dug by hand, every inch of it, for 363 miles. It would be 40 feet wide and 4 feet deep. 83 locks would have to be built. But Clinton kept at it, financed the project with some state money and by selling bonds, and construction began July 4th, 1817. It was completed in just 8 years.
On time, in advance, and under budget.
Really?
Yes.
If only.
Yeah.
If only we could do that.
It's many miles to Buffalo, oh, that low bridge.
A trip that could have taken 6 weeks before the canal now took less than 1 week and cost 1/10 of an overland trip. So as soon as it opened, the canal was overwhelmed with traffic, and it paid for itself with tolls in just 10 years.
Over 100 years old.
John McKee operates the locks in Lockport, New York.
Sometimes there was a day or two wait just to get through the locks. Boats would be packed up on both sides of the banks right here. And of course, while they were lined up waiting to go through, they would spend their time and money in town here, and that to add it to the population here in Lockport.
Population grew in towns all along the canal. Rochester, New York Mayor Lovely Warren traces the beginnings of her city to the canal.
The Erie Canal was the foundation of Rochester. It was the foundation of our industry, and we were a flour mill city, and that's the way that Rochester first started to build itself up. Population started to grow once the Erie Canal came into fruition.
But the canal also accelerated the western expansion of the nation. People and commerce were able to reach and develop what would become the American Midwest. A region that was isolated and landlocked was now connected via the canal and the Hudson River down to New York City and the world.
Within a year or two, there were already calls of, hey, let's make it bigger.
And they did. By 1862, the canal was almost twice as wide and twice as deep. people and goods and ideas flowed 24 hours a day in both directions.
The impact that the internet has had on our culture and our society is very similar to the impact that the canal had. Sharing ideas, making things faster.
The canal was used to bring slaves to freedom. And
Part of the Underground Railroad.
Part of the Underground Railroad. Frederick Douglass would bring slaves here and actually lead them to freedom.
The first women's rights convention was held in Seneca Falls, a canal town. And Joseph Smith started the Mormon religion in Palmyra, along the shores of the canal. But the progress and prosperity was not shared by all. The canal was dug right through traditional Native American land, displacing many who lived there to make way for the commerce that grew steadily for decades, until the next great advance, railroads.
The Iron Horse was there. The railroad was there to compete. And the canal was more efficient. You could pull more with less energy and it's cheaper, but the railroad was fast.
The railroad took passenger traffic first, leaving the canal boats to haul mostly freight. But by the 1950s, most of the freight traffic was gone too.
Let the boats pass the next one.
Today, most of the boats John McKee puts through the locks are pleasure craft. The gates are opened by motors that are a century old. McKee and most everyone who works on the canal system feels the history of what in its early days was derided as Clinton's ditch. Josh Pagan keeps digging today to keep the canal deep enough.
I realized that I worked at a museum that stretched from the Hudson River to the Niagara River in Buffalo and connected us to Lake Ontario.
The value of the canal cannot be measured anymore in tons of freight or numbers of passengers that it moves. But it is hard not to be moved by the canal itself and the achievement 2 centuries ago of just getting it dug.
What it represents, I think, is American ingenuity and American spirit. And so the fact that we still have this canal here today, I think it should be celebrated as long as we can keep it here.